Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Sun and Moon's YouTube channel. I'm Anaïs. You're going to need 2 blocks today for practice, and I also always recommend having a blanket handy. Good morning, Susan and John. It's always great to see your names pop up on the screen. Once you have your blocks, once you have your blanket, go ahead and find a comfortable seat to always get started with a little bit of centering and creating some space to allow to arrive fully embodied to practice. So as you're ready, find your seat, let your seat be heavy. You can soften your gaze, you can even close your eyes altogether. And begin by tuning into the breath. Today's theme is ebb and flow. So we'll be observing that in the body. And a great place to start is with the breath. So noticing as you breathe in, that moment of ebb, that moment at the top of every breath and bottom. Right before the inhale turns into an exhale, see if you can rest your awareness in those pauses in between the flows. And then just let it go, let it flow. So inviting an awareness without interrupting the breath, as if you were an observer just dropping into your body, dropping into this body and noticing what it feels like. What are the sensations? What is happening inside this body? Just observing completely neutrally and non-judgmentally. After a few more moments of observing your breath, you might expand your awareness to notice what else is happening inside the body as you breathe in and out. In those pauses, is there any tension in the body or any releasing? Just bringing your awareness again as if we're just visiting this body. Perhaps you may notice that as the breath relaxes, because sometimes you observe it, as it begins to relax into its natural state, maybe this awareness allows for a little more space, a little more expansion of breath. So on your next inhale, maybe imagine that the breath reaches all the way to the toes and fingertips. And as you exhale, it pulls back out and then flows back in without even having to think about it. And maybe if this awareness begins to feel, or you notice it a little more clearly, you might have an aha moment, a moment of awe, a moment of wow, this is what's going on inside. That's so cool. Any good feelings, just let them in. Any bad feelings, maybe release them as you exhale. And now that we're feeling a little more acquainted with the breath and everything inside the body, begin to open your eyes again really softly if they were closed. Just beginning to receive a little more light. Eventually lifting your gaze and opening your eyes completely, letting all the light in. And take a nice deep breath, maybe out through the mouth on your exhale. Really sensing now as we move back from inside the body to outside. Sense the heaviness of the bones on your mat. Sense the groundedness between your seat and the earth. And then from a seated position, you're going to take your right leg to the side, keeping that left leg in, to come into a half V shape. All right, so we'll start by placing both hands on the outside of that extended leg, turning your torso to face the foot on that straight leg. And just notice again here your seat, so where your seat meets the ground. If this is feeling at all tense in the hips, or maybe the leg is not quite ready to straighten just yet, you can sit up on a blanket as well. So that height might help you feel a little more open. All right, and then from here, begin to ebb and flow out of this stretch here. Inhale, you're going to take the hand on the inside of the leg, reach up and over behind you. Then that hand on the outside of the leg is going to reach up and over. Nice big stretch on the side seam here. Let your body weight rest in that hand behind you. But let that extended leg be heavy. Let it anchor you down. On your next inhale, circle that top arm back forward. Let the back arm flow. Okay, and then coming in and out of those circles. Once again, lift inner arm up and back. Let it rest behind you. And then take the outer arm up and over. And move a little faster this time, so really ebbing and flowing out of this movement. Coming forward and back. Let the bones be heavy. Let your arms be light, as if you're just floating through space in this movement. And if it feels good to pause, either when you come forward or when you reach back, go ahead and do that. Go in the stretch if it feels good. Okay, and the next time you come back, pause there. You're going to take and reach the top arm for that bent leg. Bring it up and place the foot firmly on the mat. All right, you may need to draw that backhand in towards you a little bit, and then bring the bent knee in towards you as you look back and twist. Easy twist here. No need to go too far. And I invite you to keep your torso where it is and turn your head towards the front shoulder. Let your ear drop down towards the shoulder. Might feel a nice opening along the left side of the neck here. Breathe into any opening spaces. Then let your head come back up. Release the knee back down to the mat. And bring both hands to the outside of that straight leg once again. Feel for the hip creases with your awareness. So just noticing again as your seat is heavy, we're going to be moving from the hip crease. So on an inhale, let your spine get tall, crown reaches for the sky. On an exhale, fold from the hip crease. As soon as you feel those hip creases telling you, I can't go any further, you're going to pause. You can let your spine round and your head hang down. Easy forward fold as we warm the hamstrings and spine. Deep breaths into the back body. Notice if you can create a little more space between the shoulder blades or in between the vertebrae as you breathe in here. All right, and then lift your head back up. And we're going to switch sides. Take the left leg out, bring the right leg in. All right, starting with both hands again on the outside of that straight leg. Reach the inner arm up and back. Reach the outer arm up and over. Reaching nice and easy on this side. Let the left leg be heavy. All right, and circling forward again. Come forward. And then circle back. A couple times, going a little faster again this time. Flowing in and out of this movement as easily as breath flows in and out of you. You can even go a little faster if it feels good, or as slow as you need to. And the next time you come back, pause there, maybe reach back one more time. And then reach for that bent knee, draw it up towards you. Plant the foot firmly on the ground. And leaning back, bring that knee in towards you as you twist back. Nice deep breath. Chest is open and broad. Shoulders fall away from the ears, but you may turn your head to face that front shoulder and drop the ear down for a little neck stretch. Breathe in there if that feels good. And then bring your head back up, release the knee back down, and bring both hands to frame that straight leg again. Inhale, spine gets nice and tall, crown reaches for the ceiling. Let that leg be nice and heavy, seat is grounded. And on an exhale, begin to fold at the hip crease. Again, stopping wherever the hip creases tell you. And then round the spine, let your head hang. And gravity will do the rest here. Let the bones be heavy. Breathe into the back body, creating space between the shoulder blades and spine. On your next inhale, lift your head back up. Cross your legs. Go ahead and roll into table pose here. All right, a little more open here in the back body. Go ahead and thread that right arm to the left. Bring the back of the right shoulder blade down towards the mat. You may bring a block here to let your head rest, or maybe your head will come all the way down, whatever feels good. If you're feeling a little bit of crunchiness in the neck, you may pull the shoulder back away from the ear. And if the spine is feeling nice and lubricated already, I invite you to roll the shoulder up and back. You can take your straight arm behind you to the small of your back and open the chest as you roll up towards the sky. All right, release that back down, slide your arm out, and then come on over to the other side, sliding your left arm underneath you. Again, bringing the back of the shoulder down to the mat, maybe your ear, or bringing the mat up towards you with a block. You can take the top arm behind you, placing the palm on the small of your back as you roll your shoulder up and open. Nice, easy breaths here into the back. And then release that back down, slide your arm back out, and come back to table pose. All right, from here we're going to warm up into the wrists a little bit. So take your right hand forward, at least a palm print, maybe two, and then shift your weight back. We're going to switch sides, drag the right hand in, drag the left hand forward, and shift your weight forward. Again, planting nicely the heel of the hand to make a little more of a stretch in the right wrist. Breathe in there. And then come back, release that. One more time on the first side. You're going to turn the hand this time so that the fingertips come towards you. They might come out to the sides, that's fine too. Or you can opt to go back to the stretch. Right, so with fingertips facing towards you, take the right hand forward just a bit. And then let your body weight shift back as you bend that left elbow. All right, so the range of motion here is going to be much shorter, and that's perfectly fine. So you may not need to move much before you feel any sensation. If you're feeling too much, just back off and bring your weight forward again. One more deep breath here. All right, release that. Switch sides, turning the right hand so that the fingertips face towards you. You can take the left hand out a little bit and then shift your body back as you bend the right elbow. Really easy here. Back off if any of this becomes painful. One more breath. Lovely. All right, release that. Come to sit on your heels for a moment. Let's shake out the wrists. And then we'll do a couple little circles here in one direction and in the other direction. Lovely. All right. Come on back to table pose. This time you're going to come into a forearm table. And take your right leg straight back. Let the toes touch the floor and push back through the heel to open up the calf. Breathing in here. Breathing out. Then bend the right leg. Extend the left leg straight back behind you. Press through the heel. Lovely. All right. And then bring the left knee back down. This time, straighten both legs behind you, coming into forearm plank. 2 breaths here. And release everything down to the mat. Keep your chest lifted, but let the pelvis be heavy. Let the tops of the feet firmly ground down into the mat or the floor behind you. We're going to ground down through the forearms and the palms of the hand as well. Let the elbows be heavy. You can push down through the elbows to lift the crown of the head up. All right, from there, scoop the chest forward as if you were pulling on the mat with the forearms, pulling it in towards you so that the chest can shoot forward. So a little bit of an active sphinx pose here. Gazing towards the top of your mat to keep the neck safe. And then release that. Come on back to table pose. Just a moment. Toes, lift your knees, press into the hands to lift your hips up towards the sky. Walk out your dog a tiny bit, left and right. And then walk your hands all the way forward towards your hands. Make sure your blocks are handy. Go ahead and place them at the top of your mat if they're not already there. Then inhale, lift your head. Exhale, sit down into a chair. Reach your arms up, plug the shoulders back into the sockets, and then press through the feet to come all the way up to standing. Release your arms down by your sides, and then check that there's a little bit of space between your feet. We're just going to sway a little bit from side to side, get the water body moving. Let the feet be nice and grounded here, so you can get silly with your sway if that feels good. All right, and then pause the next time you come through center. Reach your arms up. Plant the right foot down firmly and reach up and over to the left side. Nice breaths as we open the intercostals. And then press back all the way up through center. Grab down through the left foot and come on over to the right side. On your next inhale, come back up and release your arms down by your sides. Step your right foot back. Bend into that front leg as you reach both arms up towards the sky. Now you're going to straighten the front leg as your right arm releases behind you. Your left arm reaches up and tips back. Reverse warrior. All right, coming back to our circles here, you're going to bend the front knee as you circle the left arm forward and right arm to follow, coming all the way down, frame the front foot. And then as you straighten the leg again, circle back up. Right arm first, left arm follows. Reach up, tip back. One more time, bending the knee, circle the left arm, right arm to follow. And straighten the leg, reaching up and tipping back. All right, last time, circle down. We're gonna pause when we get down. Take the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Reach the right arm up towards the sky, opening out to the right side. Big open chest here. Option, if it's in your practice to bind, to take this top arm, place the hand on the small of the back, and bind the other arm underneath you. All right, otherwise, nice big open arms. I want to maximize this opening in the chest and all along the side body. All right, press into that front leg to come back up. And reach up and release the left arm to meet the right arm behind you. Join your hands, bend the knee, and fold forward. Use the hands together, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Nice long neck here. And then circle your hands back down. And you can remove your blocks, bring both hands down to the mat, step back to down dog. Lift the hips. All right. Coming forward again, walk towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, sit down, reach up, plug the shoulders back into their sockets and come back up to standing. Release your arms down, step the left leg back. Straighten the back leg, the front leg, reach both arms up. This time letting the left leg reach back down, reach up with the right arm. Inhale, reach up one last time. Exhale, bend that front knee and circle both arms forward around your foot and down towards your blocks. Press into that front foot to straighten the leg, circle the arms back. Left arm first, right arm follows. Back down, right arm comes down, left arm follows, and your knee. And straighten the leg, left arm comes up, right arm reaches up. Last time, come all the way down, circle both hands down. Take the right hand to the inside of the right foot to reach your left arm up towards the sky. Nice opening here. An option to bind if that's in your practice. And then press through that front foot, come all the way back up. Straighten the leg, release the top arm down behind you, join the hands. Bend into the front leg and fold. One more breath here. And then release both hands down, step back to down dog. Lift the hips, and then let the knees come down towards your mat. All right, you're going to take the knees out wide here. Let the heels come together. Come to sit on the heels. And then stretch the arms out on the mat. Eventually place your head down onto the mat or maybe a block or wide-legged child's pose. Check in with your breath again here. Inviting the breath, fill up the back body. Make space between the shoulder blades. Spine. In the shoulders and neck. And then eventually walk your hands back up. Let your chest come upright. We'll end with an easy twist on our backs. So go ahead and come onto your back. Bend both knees. Draw them in towards your chest. Maybe rolling side to side a couple times here. And eventually open your arms out wide, coming into a T shape. And let your knees fall over to the left side. Option to take your gaze over to the opposite side, or to look up or even in the same direction as your legs. So see what feels best for you. And gently bring your knees up, let them fall over to the opposite side, right side. And again, taking your gaze either to the opposite arm or up towards the sky, or even in the same direction as the legs. Take your knees back up through center. Hug them in one more time. And then roll on over to one side and press yourself up to an easy seat. You can cross your legs or find any comfortable seated position here. And bring the hands together in front of your heart. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Taking in all the good nutrients of this practice. Exhale, arriving to the next chapter of your day. Thank you so much for your practice. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again next week. Take care.